What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are beginning our coverage of the novel 8th MS Team. This is written by Ichiro Okoichi and follows our hero Shiro Omada as he takes command of the 8th MS Team of the Jojima Battalion. Our anime coverage for the 8th MS Team is kind of weak, so our novel coverage will make up for it and cover mobile suits, Easter eggs, and nods that we missed in the anime. Let's not waste any time and let's get into this. This novel starts out with despair. Someone is wandering through a gassed-up colony until they come upon bodies, all dead, but one middle-aged man is still gasping for breath. The soldier goes to the man, but he is dead. He leaves a streak of blood on the person's helmet. Joe, Morrow, and Doc are dodging bullets as they run through the battlefield. Steve and Doc Rogers' parents died in Side 4. Hold on, screw your dead parents. Is your name Steve Rogers? Come on, man. Joe is smoking a cigarette pretending he's Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now. Because of Minovsky particles, trench warfare is back on the table, boys. Type 61 tanks and Fly Manta struggle against the Zaku's. Joe moves in. We learn this is an old TV serial called Captain Joe. One warrant officer scoffs at him for watching childish things. Another soldier says he loves Captain Joe though. The gems are just now rolling out, so they hope Captain Joe will get a mobile suit soon in the newer episodes. Unfortunately, there is no Captain Joe in the anime. Shiro is just looking out the window. However, Captain Joe is the Federation's answer to Captain Zeon. It's all propaganda, baby. There is a flash of light outside of the shuttle. It is mobile suits. One Federation gem fleeing from a Zeon mobile suit. Like the anime, Shiro asks to use the ball. However, we learn the captain's name is Rolf Sedan, and the co-pilot is Warrant Officer Ellen, a new recruit. Sedan allows him to sortie. He gets into the K-type ball. The RB-79K ball, Type K, has increased propellant and stronger armor compared to the standard ball. This is one of the earliest ball models, as it is a modified SPW-03 space pod. The cockpit is stripped and replaced with military standard equipment. It has a winch and a twin 180mm cannon. Even he doesn't think he could win against a Zaku. They don't call it a flying coffin for nothing. Mikkel watches the ball and he asks Bibi to pray for him. Oh god, I forgot about Bibi. Poor Mikkel. Homeboy is fighting two wars. Shiro approaches the debris. This is his first real combat deployment, though he spent hours on the simulator. He finds the gem. The Zaku spots him. He fires his 180mm cannon, but the Zaku is way too fast. And the gem happens to be Terry Sanders Jr. Shiro tells him to get out of here. Sanders lost most of his men. Their conversation in the novel has these two bickering back and forth a little more. He asks his name. When he learns that Sanders is a lower rank, he orders him to retreat. We also learn that Sanders is a part of the 7th Mechanized Composite Battalion. Shiro realizes this isn't a normal Zaku. This is the High Mobility Test Type. The MS-06RD4 Zaku High Mobility Test Type is an experimental collaboration between Zeonic and Zimad. The goal is to test the Dom for space, which will eventually become the Rick Dom. The upper half is composed of the Zaku 2 High Mobility Type, made by Zeonic, and the bottom is what would become the Rick Dom, made by Zimad. This test unit is what led to adding thermonuclear engines in the legs. Weapons include a 120mm machine gun, a Zaku bazooka, and a heat hawk. Shiro waits for the right moment and fires the winch, but the Zakus clash. The winch latches onto the Zaku's thrusters. He fires the cannon again at point-blank range and gets a hit. Like the anime, both the mobile suit and the ball explode, and Shiro chases the pilot, drifting into space. Terry Sanders heads back to the shuttle where everyone is fixing the gem and helping out. There seems to be two enemy ships still out there, according to Sanders' debriefing to Sedan. He tells Sanders to get some rest, but he wants to go help the ball pilot. Mikkel says, "That's suicide." Sanders says, "You a bitch." "Yeah, suck it, Mikkel." An explosion goes off at the 3 o'clock. They assume it is the mobile suit and ball. Sedan says, well, that answers that. It's too dangerous to launch, and they are leaving without Shiro. Sanders doesn't want to lose any more men. We will learn of Sanders' curse soon. Shiro pulls out a CZ-72. Wait, that should be a CZ-75. The most famous anime gun of all time. It's the Gunsmith Katz gun. The writer had to be a Gunsmith Katz fan because the Federation standard sidearm is a Colt N71A1, which is a fake gun, but I like that it's made by Colt, which is a real gun company, and they exist in Universal Century. He is coming to the realization that he will have to kill a Zeon soldier. He enters into a wrecked Magellan. Dead bodies are everywhere. Shiro heads to one of the 3 bridges when he runs into the Zeon soldier. They shoot at one another, but then Shiro stares into her eyes. Oh no, it's over for him. She looks into his eyes. Oh no, it's over for her. Neither can shoot. Shiro thinks this is stupid and says if we don't kill each other, then we must help each other. They go into a room in the Magellan that still has oxygen. She takes off her helmet and he is instantly in love. Shiro learns that she is Aina Sahalin. She says that she holds no rank. She says that she wants to live, but she isn't exactly seeking life. For now, they will split up and find a way to get help. Like the anime, Aina gives him her clock pendant watch thingy. You think it tracks steps? Shiro cracks a joke by saying, oh, this is fancy. What are you, some kind of Zeon royalty? Aina gives him a blank stare. Oh. Sanders still wants to go out in a gym. This is leaking air and is a powder keg. He was lucky to even come back alive. Shiro has an idea and asks Aina if she ever watched Captain Joe. He wants to use Morse code using a signal flare. They find flares and time it to blink appropriately to spell out SOS. The two look at space. Sanders went out even though others tried to stop him. He believes that Shiro is still alive. He doesn't want to be the Reaper. Oh, homeboy is haunted by the past. Then he sees flashes. Sanders follows the beacon. In the anime, Zaku's come to save Aina. But here, Sanders comes to save Shiro. He is the one who asks Aina to come with him. But she will wait for her people. Essentially the complete opposite of the anime. As the two drift apart, Aina blinks thank you in Morse code. This chapter starts with Mikhail writing to Bibi. He is being assigned to the Jojima Battalion under Shiro Amada. He is hesitant of having Ensign Amada as his commander, as he is green. But Sanders is also on the team, which comforts him. Sanders was reassigned after he lost all of his men. Mikhail can't handle the humidity. He sends out his letters before heading out on a mission. The Federation defenses were no match for the Zaku. During the Earth invasion, the only thing keeping Zeon from sweeping the entire planet were the jungles of Southeast Asia. This created a stalemate on the Eastern Front. Some soldiers make fun of Shiro for being an Earth noob. One tells Shiro that the jungles are a quagmire. Sanders tells them all to shut it. There is silence for a second, but another soldier says it's the Reaper. Sanders has a reputation. The word quagmire sticks with Shiro. A CPO is waiting for the rest of the team. This is Karen Joshua. What made it clear she was a woman was her chest. That isn't me saying that. That's a direct quote from the writer Okoichi. Such horny writing. Not even sexy. Just straight up voyeurism. You gotta respect that level of perviness. The banter between Shiro and Karen are a little more playful in the anime. But in the novel, Karen is cold and stern and has no interest in talking to him. While driving, they see some ground gyms, unlike the anime, where they see some ground Gundams. I'm still wondering if the 6MS team survived the war. The team meets with Commander Kojima. Shiro's team is ordered to hold the front line, but Shiro is determined to drive Zeon out. He is so about to eat the biggest humble pie, Kojima tells them not to interfere with any civilians in the area. Shiro's team is relieved, but he feels underwhelmed. Their team consists of only Shiro, Mikhail, Sanders, Karen, and Elidor. Mikhail wonders what happened to the team. Elidor says, you think they went on vacation? Take a guess, bro. They look at their mobile suits to find they are using ground Gundam. Elidor calls it an RX-79G ground combat pre-production Gundam. But I don't believe it is a different unit from the ground Gundam, because this, too, was made with the scrap RX-78 parts. Shiro and the others have heard of Amado and the Gundam's adventures by this point. Mikhail says, wow, I'm going to pilot a Gundam. Elidor says, ha, no, you're in the Bloodhound with me. Once the Earth drop operation began for Zeon, they knew they needed a place to do real-world testing on their aerial weapons. GOGs, DOPs, Luggins, Gaus, Magellans. It's crazy that these are all Earth-based weapons that weren't built on Earth and have no real-world testing. California base is where much of the aquatic mobile suits and vehicles were tested, but they also built a secret base in Tibet. The entire base is camouflaged. Technical Rear Admiral Genius Sahalin is in command of this Tibetan base. I refuse to call a man with that haircut a genius. Never. Aina returns from her mission. She lost the test Zaku, but she has the battle data. Genius wants to accelerate testing. Some scientists suggest rest. But Genius says, my sister's body is mine! Ew. Aina says, my heart is my brother's heart. Ew, I don't like this. Shiro is still watching Captain Joe on his portable TV while in his mobile suit cockpit. This was written before smartphones. Shiro still has her pocket watch. The 8th gets an order. The Jojima Battalion consists of 4 companies. If it functions like the army, a squad is 10 to 12 men. A company is 60 to 200 men composed of different squads. And a battalion is 600 to 1,000 men consisting of multiple companies. The first company handles logistics. The second company is anti-mobile suit infantry. The other 2 remaining companies are mobile suit companies. The 4th and the 6th MS team are being restructured, leaving only the 3rd and the 8th. And the 8th is all brand new. I was making a joke about the 6th earlier. My joke just got lore added to it in real time. They wait for Elidor Elidor as he is late. This is a bad start, Shiro thinks. Elidor eventually shows up. He blames his lateness on Lieutenant Jiden Nickard. Shiro goes to speak with the lieutenant himself. He finds this place all too lax. Jiden is the old man in the anime. He tells him not to order his men around, but Jiden just says that the 8th is just a graveyard for commanding officers. The old man also runs an illegal gambling racket as well. Their new bet is how long the 8th MS team will last. Shiro takes all his money and bets on himself surviving the war. And that will do it for our first dive into the novelization of Mobile Suit Gundam 8th MS Team. Unlike the anime, Shiro doesn't have control of his squad whatsoever. He tries to reel it in, but it seems to lead to more frustration. Soon, Shiro will learn a valuable lesson about the jungle. Next time, we will meet Kiki and her gorillas. Shiro is captured, and he is forced into faking his combat logs. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, never underestimate humidity. Peace.